Hello, this is Richard here from ChristianFlatEarthMinistry.org. I'd like to talk to you today about what I found, and I'll title it, Mike Adams Talks a Little Crazy on ET Invasion. He had just posted this to his website. This is the 30th of January 2017, and basically what Mike Adams here is talking about is on a universal consciousness and an ET invasion. He has an article and a video that goes with it that talks on this very topic. Now, when he's speaking, of course, part of the scene is of him speaking. He always has this Cosmos CGI background, and then sometimes it goes to a little video clip CGI background, which, as you know, it's all fake. He might even think that it's real. His viewers might also think that it's real. But anyhow, this is part of what I call subtle propaganda. When someone speaks on a topic, they use this technology to insinuate that it is real, or to give more credence to what he's saying. But anyhow, he says that he has set up UFO news site. Now, his main news site is all on health and nutrition, and he's very good at what he presents there, how to overcome illnesses naturally. Now, in this video, he mentioned about his UFO website he set up. It's UFOs.news, and .news is the actual, extension. So again, it's the same old stuff that most UFO websites have. Now, he's getting off of his main course of what his main talk is on. Well, first, his main talk on his website, his main articles are on nutrition. But then he also goes into politics, for example, about Donald Trump or whatever. Anyhow, he also talks about it well, first, this is a 21-minute video he has, and I'll give you information to this video shortly. But he talks about the Big Bang and creation. And the Big Bang, he says that, he asks a rhetorical question. I don't believe in creation. And then he answers his question and says, yes, well, this is how God did it. Well, this is the same error that millions of Christians make, that they combined the Big Bang of evolution with God's creation. The two just simply do not mix. So then Adams goes on to talk about his Indian heritage. He says he has about 10%, quote, roughly, approximately, unquote, Indian, and 90% European. And he says, of course, the Europeans came from Africa, and well, he says that they're, have Negro in them. Now, this is crazy. This is ludicrous. I've heard him talk about this before. Well, this is just a side note that he spoke about in his video. But why he always has to bring out his 10% Indian? Well, in fact, on another article I read that he had at 16%, but that's all a side issue. Continuing, he says that Because of this universal consciousness, he claims, okay, first this consciousness is all throughout the planet Earth, and then he says, well, it only stands to reason it's throughout the whole galaxy, of the whole universe. And he said that we are an aggressive species. He goes on to say that therefore all civilizations from no matter what planet, they too are aggressive. He said the non-aggressive ones don't leave their planet, but these aggressive ones go to other planets to grab their natural resources. So approximately 8 minutes and 30 seconds into this video, he says that these other ETs are essentially stealing our resources. In other words, essentially it means that they're already doing it. Huh? Huh? Do you get that? I don't. But anyhow, he says that they're, already stealing our resources. Then 10 minutes in, he says because of our nuclear signal that has gone out in space, and that has been going out for, let's say, approximately past 50 years, other civilizations within this 50-year radius know of the advancement that we've made and of what we have achieved, and that we are aggressors too. So then he says, in time, this signal will reach throughout the universe. Now look how ludicrous this is. If you are a believer in UFOs, you are told that everything is expanding and has been expanding for 13 billion years. So tell me, pray tell, how does a radio signal that's going also at the speed of light catch up with the other planets that have been traveling away from the Big Bang area for 13 billion years, So even people that believe in what he says should check out, should think about what they're told. How is this possible? But anyhow, this is really ludicrous. So about 12 minutes and 10 seconds into this video, he uses words like conscious beings. We are conscious beings, or we're species. He never once uses the word human or people. He is supposed to be Christian, but yet he doesn't use words like God's children or people. He uses a description that would be applied to animals. Well, of course, I guess if you believe in evolution or evolution / creation, as if you could mix the two. It's like putting oil and water together. Why, it's just stupid. It shows you that he is using the words that a non-Christian evolutionist would use. Conscious beings, species. I mean, we hear this of the sciences that study the animals and insect life. They always use species. But no, we are definitely a different creation. Okay, so then from there he goes and he talks about the pollution, the poisoning of our planet. Now, it's true, we do have poisoning of our planet, and it's been going on for many years. And he says that, we're also poisoning our body with vaccines, with what we're spraying on our food. And so he's mixing facts with, fantasy, with the ETs and the heliocentric universe. So he brings this up because that the ETs would be upset that we are destroying this planet so they can't rob us from our natural resources. I mean, this is really ludicrous. And I think I'll make another video on this topic geared towards people that actually believe in UFOs and the vast expanding universe and make comments on what they're told and how it contradicts other comments by other believers of life on other planets, and to try to show people that, hey, look, you know, these two comments are contradictory. You know, it's just ludicrous. So anyhow, he uses pictures like this in his video and video clips of scientists in laboratories and factories like this polluting our air, which is facts. But then again, like I said, he mixes it with the Big Bang and aliens and alien invasions. So in the 18 minutes, and he targets that we can't prove this, but it's a good, guess that they are here and that they are, trying to destroy us. So he admits this is, but he does admit that the poisoning is being done by Bill Gates and others. Well, since he admits this, Bill Gates with the vaccines and how they're trying to kill us, well then, what work is left for the ETs to do? And in fact, if you stop and think about this, if it's true that ETs from whatever civilization is here to take our natural resources, which just sounds like it's a good sci-fi movie. Of course, they've made many movies like that, or books. Then it would only stand to reason, if this is true, you should be able to see UFOs and extraterrestrials getting out of the UFOs at any open pit mine. After all, if they're here for our resources, why aren't they there scooping up the materials before we can, with our slow process of having to dig it out and loading it on trucks and transporting up the hill and out to wherever to be processed? Where are these UFOs at these open pit mines, and even at tunnel mines, gold mines, silver mines, other mineral sites? Where are they? Well, they're not there, and it just proves the lunacy of Mike Adams. And again, why do I bring up Mike Adams in his Natural News site? Well, for the simple reason is that he does have a lot of good information on there. I mean, he knows about the New World Order to take over. He names names. He tells about the corrupt bankers. He talks about the corrupt politicians, and then he also hits right on the mark with how to prevent getting sick, and if you are sick, how to naturally get well. So a lot of people would follow him on that good advice, but they might also follow him on this nonsense. So we got to just take the good information and use discernment, which the Bible tells us to have, and ignore the nonsense that he talks about. Now, he shouldn't be talking about this at all, but anyhow, hopefully this video will get out to the people it should, perhaps as some of his followers. But anyhow, if you go to his website, if you want to read the article, it would be something like why first contact with extraterrestrial beings may wipe out humanity video. Just use some of those keywords, type it in his search box, and you should come up with that article. And then this is his YouTube address specifically. So anyhow, I hope you find this informative, and I'll make another one with this. By the way this video is made, you could click on the link to the video. Forget about writing this down, typing this in the address bar. You should have this right on this page that you're seeing now. Okay, thank you for listening. Talk to you later.